Hello and welcome to my May wrap-up. Now in May I somehow managed to read 12 books. I have absolutely no idea how I managed to do this, but I did. So I'm going to tell you what those 12 books are, I'm going to tell you what I rated them, and then how many I rated each star rating. It was actually an incredibly positive array of ratings, I would say. So not only did I read 12 books, but I also read 12 books mostly enjoyed. Before I get into this any further as well, I would like you guys to know that if you would like to show some support to the Black Lives Matter movement, which is something that is very much in need of it and something you should very much be talking about, then there is a link down below where you can find petitions and donation links as well. We're going to do this as a quick style wrap up as well, because when I did that in April, you guys quite liked it. The reason I did that in April is because I literally had 10 minutes before I had to leave the house and I wanted to get the wrap up filmed. But now I think it's just going to be a thing. We'll just call them my speedy wrap-ups. So here we go. Book 1 is Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. This is the 4th Harry Potter book and it was fantastic. I rated it 5 stars. This is all about Harry going through the Triwizard Tournament trials, and there is a lot more in this than there is in the film. If you haven't read the books, you are missing out. Then we've got Fallen Kingdoms by Morgan Rhodes, which was another 5-star read. This is like a Game of Thronesy style thing, but less heavy because it's not as thick. It is much easier to read, I would say, but it is very much about 2 warring kingdoms, the daughters within each kingdom, and the special abilities that surround them. This one absolutely deserved being a 5-star read. Did I say who those ones were by? Fallen Kingdoms is by Morgan Rhodes and Harry Potter is by J.K. Rowling. Next up we have Good Girls Die First by Catherine Foxfield. This was sent to me by Scholastic. It's an early copy. This is a YA thrillery, weird, slightly magical book about a load of people that are called to an abandoned circus, fairground, carnival thing, and basically they all have a secret to hide, and it's about who can hold on to a secret for the longest to be the most trustworthy. This was weird and I didn't really like it that much. I gave it 3 stars. Then we have The Bone Shard Daughter by Andrea Stewart. This was sent to me as well as an early advance copy by Orbit. Thank you very much, Orbit. This was another 3-star read for me. It let me down a little bit. The start went really well and then it slowed down at the end and it wasn't quite as good. This is about an empire in which constructs are made which are almost like Frankenstein's monsters pieced together with bone shards, in which bones are taken out of people, put into these creatures and controlling them via the bones. This is about a world in which people are split as to whether they agree that this should happen. It's about the empire that rules this land and makes this all happen, and it's about various different characters going on their way to try and cause a rebellion. I did definitely enjoy it and it was a really good fantasy. It just lost me a little bit at the end, which is why I gave it 3 stars. Next up is the most disappointing read for me for this month, and that is Sally Rooney's Normal People. This is a tiny little contemporary book about 2 people who basically just have a connection throughout the younger years of their adult life, and it's about them finding each other, having a romantic relationship / sexual relationship, and losing each other, finding each other, and it's just kind of that on repeat basically. I found it highly repetitive. I didn't like it. I thought it was extremely problematic, and if you want to know more, then head to my blog and look at my review, because I just talk about all the issues I have with this book. I do recognise it's well written, it just wasn't one for me, so I gave this one a low 3-star rating. Then we have Under a Dancing Star by Laura Wood. This is incredibly reflective. This is a Much Ado About Nothing retelling set in 1930s Italy, following Beatrice, who is sent away from England to go spend her time with her strict uncle in Italy, who's going to reform her and sort her out into the young lady she should be. She is a fierce lead character and I very much liked her, and I gave this 4 stars. Then we have Gemma Marie's poetry collection, Screaming Wings. Gemma has written some really beautiful poetry here, all about life, having confidence in yourself, building up that confidence and growing as a person to love yourself. This was a really beautiful poetry collection and I gave it 4 stars. Up next is this chunky beast. This is The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins. This is a prequel to The Hunger Games in which we follow President Snow as he tries to mentor a tribute through the 10th annual Hunger Games. It is all about how we know the Hunger Games to be now and how they formed, and this book kind of gives you the backstory for that. I didn't love it, I didn't hate it, and I was indifferent towards it, but when I ran it through Corpile, it got 4 stars. Then there is The Next Together by Lauren James. This is a contemporary sci-fi thing in which 2 people are destined to be together basically in this life, the next life, and all past lives. They essentially, through, I don't know if it's reincarnation or not, but they always seem to find each other, and there is a mystery entailed as to why and what the reason is that they keep finding each other. Did definitely enjoy this one, just found it a little bit predictable at times, but I gave this one 4 stars. I'm scared about throwing this next one. I think I may get hurt. I didn't get hurt. It's Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix by J.K. Rowling. I am doing a Harry Potter reread at the moment, if you didn't guess that from this wrap-up or my last wrap-up. This was a 5-star read for me. This is when the Harry Potter books get a lot darker, Voldemort is back and nobody believes Harry, so it's all about that issue within the Ministry and how that forms the storylines for the future books. I don't need to tell you what Harry Potter's about, but I very much enjoyed this one. Next up is a Kindle read, and I don't really want to throw my Kindle, so that book was Library of Lost and Found. I read it really quickly. It was just a cute little contemporary about a woman who was a little bit alone in life, did a lot of things for other people without getting much back, and then one day discovered that her grandma, who she believed to be dead, was not dead and had actually written a book of all the stories this girl had told her as a kid. And she goes on trying to find out the story of the book. It's a book about books. I gave this one 3 stars. And lastly, the final book I read this month in one sitting pretty much was Lucy Powery's Read with Pride, which is the second book in the Paper and Hearts Society. This is a very cute YA contemporary that follows a bunch of 16 to 18-year-olds going through their school life. This one particularly follows the fact that they are battling to get their library to stock and allow people to take out without a permission form LGBT books, because at the moment all the books they have that are LGBT you have to have a permission form signed, and they do not think that is right, so they go about protesting to try and get that to stop, as I would too. This was absolutely fantastic. I loved it very much and it made me cry, and I gave it 5 stars. So that is all the books I read in May. There was a lot of them. In total that came to 4 5-star reads, 4 4-star reads and 4 3-star reads. So it was very evenly spread. Even the 3-star reads, I still enjoyed them. For me, 3 stars means that I definitely liked the book. I just didn't love the book. They are now balanced in a very precarious stack next to me and I have to take my thumbnail picture, so wish me luck with that. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you wanted to check out my April wrap-up that inspired this quick style wrap-up, you can do so up here somewhere. I hope you like these quicker style videos. Personally, it is the way I like to film my wrap-ups, and I hope that you continue to enjoy them because I think it should be how I continue to film them as well. So thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, you can give it a thumbs up. You can comment down below if you've read any of these books or what you read in May. And of course, you can subscribe to see more of my face on your subscription feed. Thank you so much for watching. Keep smiling and stay positive.